قومه ليبين لهم
دروس من المسجد النبوي الشريف.
In English. In English.
In English.
The question is that the Prophet ﷺ, as it comes in the hadith of Sahih Muslim, said, من صام رمضان ثم أتبعه ستة من شوال كان كصيام الدهر. Whoever fasts the month of Ramadan and then follows it with 6 days from Shawwal, it is like he fasted the entire year. What happens for those people who may have been sick in Ramadan and who missed a day or 2 or 3 or 7? And then, walillah alhamd, after Ramadan they feel better. They have 5 days to make up, 7 days to make up, but they also want to fast 6 days from Shawwal. What should they do? It is best for them to make up the days from Ramadan first, because making up the days from Ramadan is wajib. It's obligatory. And there's nothing that is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than doing those things which He has made obligatory upon us. وَمَا تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ عَبْدِي بِشَيْءٍ أَحَبَّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا افْتَرَضْتُهُ عَلَيْهِ. And there's nothing that my servant can draw closer to me with, better than that which I have, or more beloved to me than that which I have obligated upon him. So it is best for him to make up the days of Ramadan and then to fast the 6 days of Shawwal. And those days of Shawwal, and even the days that a person makes up, he does not have to make them up consecutively. He can fast for a day and leave a day, and then fast 2 days and then leave a day. Whatever he likes to do, as long as he finishes before Shawwal, if he wants to get the reward of fasting the 6th from Shawwal. Some of these scholars of Islam hold that this hadith only applies to the one who makes up the days from Ramadan first. It only applies to him. He cannot fast 6 days from Shawwal without first making up the days from Ramadan, because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man sama Ramadan," whoever fasts Ramadan. And the person who fasts 10 days in Ramadan and didn't fast 20 days, he's not considered to have fasted Ramadan. He fasted in Ramadan. Sama fi Ramadan. And he fasted in Ramadan, but he didn't fast Ramadan. So what they say is that he must fast the entire month of Ramadan. Those days that he missed, once he makes them up, then he is considered to have fasted Ramadan. And then he follows that, ثُمَّ أَتْبَعَهُ, and then he follows that with 6 days from Shawwal. Then he will have the reward like one who has fasted the entire year. That is an opinion, and it's a minority opinion. The majority of the scholars say that it is permissible to fast the 6 days of Shawwal and then make up the days of Ramadan later. And many of the companions, it was known that they would make up the days of Ramadan in the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. Many of them. It's narrated on many of the companions that they would make up their days from Ramadan in the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. And what those scholars say, what the majority of scholars say, their opinion that it is permissible to delay making up Ramadan, the fast of Ramadan after Shawwal, is that they say that if you owe someone money, for example, let's just say Shawwal, it's Ramadan right now, you borrow $1,000 from someone. He says, pay me back by next Sha'ban. Pay me back by next Sha'ban. Clear? Is it permissible for you to give sadaqah in Dhul Hijjah, for example, and then pay the guy back in Rajab? Rajab is before Sha'ban. It's permissible, without a doubt. You can give sadaqah as long as you pay the guy back in Sha'ban, or by Sha'ban, because that's what he asked you to do. Clear or not clear? So what they say is that, yes, the fasting is a debt that we owe to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it is not a debt that is due right now. It's a debt that's due before next Ramadan. And so it is permissible. However, even the majority of them hold it to be better to race to fulfill your debt to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to make up the days of Ramadan before fasting, 6 days from Shawwal, so that you remove yourself of that liability. Clear? So it is better for a person. A lot of times though, this is difficult, especially for women. It's difficult for them to, because most women are going to miss at least 7 days of fasting in Ramadan. And so then they come, obviously Shawwal for them is going to be 29 or 28 days that you can possibly fast, because you cannot fast on the day of the Eid. Okay? So then they have days to make up from Ramadan and 6 from Shawwal. And a lot of times it's difficult for women to do so. That's, yeah, exactly. And then, as Abu Ayyub mentioned, in Shawwal, there's another 7 days that they can't fast, right? So a lot of times, very difficult for the women to do that. But the point is that a person should do their best to at least begin the month of Shawwal with making up, their fast from Ramadan. And then if it gets tight and it looks like they can only they're only going to have the opportunity to pray the 6th from Shawwal, then to do so, bidnillahi ta'ala, according to the opinion of the majority of the scholars, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان